prepped on day one. Anyway, what else can I say? Somebody has a question? Is that what that means?
Usually people come up and ask questions, but I don't think anyone knew if we could or not. You should just start talking.
Yes, please ask me questions.
So I just have a real simple one. What's been your favorite scene to direct out of the episodes that you've done? What did you have the most fun with?
Of the 3 Supernaturals?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Again, I'm probably gonna have to say something in Frontierland because it's just the closest memory. Because honestly, Asylum feels like I did that, so long ago. It wasn't, in real life, it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like another world just because between Asylum and today, I've done so many other shows with different genres, but there's a couple, the 2 that come to mind are the heavy drama ones. I think when Matthew John Armstrong plays The Last Bench comes back, and we've got the deputy behind bars, and Dean throws the iron nail at him. That whole scene was pretty complicated. We shot it on location, so that wasn't the set. That was actually the interior border town that again Jerry made look amazing, as did Serge, the amazing, phenomenal director of photography on that show. Who just couldn't be nicer, and just does beautiful work. So I love that scene. I thought Trevor did amazing with that scene. And then when Sam confronts Sam, when he finally gets the Colt, I thought Jared really came with all guns blazing that day. I mean, it was in a weird way. It was nice that Jensen and Misha weren't there because he had nothing to he had nobody to pull their pants down or anything. And Sam Hennings could be pretty intense, and Sam's very method. I mean, he took me to dinner 2 nights before we shot that, and he wanted to know everything about Colt. Now, I live out, somebody's got to bring my liquor, so I don't live alone, or do I hire some kid to do it? I'm like, and he looked at me and goes, I'm thinking too much, aren't I? There's mythology to Sam Colt, and we got the DVDs of any time Colt was ever mentioned in I think it was 2 or 3 episodes, and so he watched those. But that scene, I thought Jared did an amazing job, and we had to trim it for time. But there's a line, there's a whole ending to it that I hope shows up on the DVD extras. There's a line in there that I love where he gives him the gun, and he goes, "You could be here, okay? Are you gonna be alone? Okay, here alone, unarmed." And he opens the drawer and he pulls out the famous dagger with the inlay, and he goes, "I'm not alone, son," or something to that effect. We got a great shot of it, and Sam smiles and he puts it back in the drawer. And so hopefully they'll show that extended scene because it was a lot of dialogue in those guys. It was never line. I mean, they just went right through it, and that was so. Both those scenes were great.
I have a request too. I know a lot of people really enjoy hearing about the technical details and aspects. If you have anything to comment on that, I would love to hear about it. I know a lot of other people would too.
Well, there was a scene where after Misha gets stabbed by Rachel, and he's bleeding light, that kind of cool gag where it's not blood, it's light. And he shows up in Bobby's kitchen. I had this great, brilliant idea that it would be cool to kind of wrap around Bobby and then keep Bobby in focus, but then have the kitchen in the background way out of focus. And I think I stole the shot from the latest Meet the Parents, or one of those where Robert De Niro confronts Ben Stiller about him not being that great a dad, and we know that the little boys walked up the rock wall, and then you just see a body go. So I go, it would be really cool to come around, and what we can do is, because there's not a real ceiling. They call it the perms, where you hang lights and you can, put flags and like sort of what I'm doing to myself. And so there's plenty of room up there for a couple of effects guys to put a dummy, a mannequin. But we have really good, fully articulated mannequins that work great. Anytime we need or we can't put a human in harm's way, we use one of those. Of course, we dress it to look just like they should, raincoat and all. So on the cue, it's like, okay, dolly action, and send the dummy. The dummy's going to hit the ground, and it'll shake Bobby, and he'll exit the frame, and then we cut to lay Misha in there, and he gets up and pretends like he just fell out of the ceiling. So of course, we go to do it, and take one, Well, the best way to do it is this is how it landed. Jim Beaver can't keep a straight face. Let's just take one. Well, take 6. Guy gave up. Because the other way it came through, I can't do this one, it's just straight through it, and it just didn't work. And so, sometimes as a director, you have to know when to say, that was a great idea in my hotel room last night. 3 in the morning, while I'm trying to think of a brilliant way to. So essentially, we kind of did the shot, but we covered ourselves and we just played Misha in there, and that's where he gets up and paints the thing. It was originally going to be on the wall, and I kept looking at this kitchen, and it had this giant white old style like Norge refrigerator. So I think I sent Sarah a quick email. I go, "Can I sell you on the idea of being on the refrigerator?" She says, "Yeah, whatever, however you want to do it." So that's how that happened. But anyway, so that's a crazy technical thing that